Today, we're going to be talking about HYLN Corporation. This is a stock I've owned for over a year now, and it has not delivered the results I was expecting. HYLN is a leader in the electrified powertrain solutions for the global commercial transportation industry. We're going to be talking about their products, their competitive advantage, and where I see HYLN going in the long run. As a long run investor, I'm looking for HYLN to deliver long term and not in the short term, thinking about a year or two out. So let's talk about HYLN stock and why I think it is a striking deal at $6 a share. Welcome back to another video. My name is Adam, and on this channel I make videos about investments, stock market, cryptocurrencies, saving money where it counts, and the like. So right now HYLN is sitting at $6 a share. This was a SPAC play that was priced at $10 per share before shooting up by 400% to $50 per share, and then coming back down to earth, going below its pre-SPAC price by about 40% to $6 a share. The 52-week low was under $6 at $5.94, 52-week high at 22. Right now, market cap of just over 1 billion, flirting with that 1 billion mark, and it is disappointing to see this happening in HYLN stock. I think there is a variety of reasons, none of them necessarily because HYLN stock is going out of business, but generally because small caps are getting absolutely destroyed. You look at other, even Canadian EV companies like Solo, that company and that stock has been getting destroyed. Even other SPAC plays in general are getting just, you look at Clover Health Investments, that's one of my other stocks that I believe in for the long term. That company is also, its stock price is not doing too hot. Right now, I think we can search it up right here quickly. But Clove stock is sitting at $4 a share. And this also used to be $10. So you look at the max time chart, it's down by 57% all time. And this is a SPAC backed by Chamath, one of the famed, known as kind of like the SPAC king. And part of the reason is that all of these companies right now are loss-making. They're losing like millions per quarter because it's the initial stage of investment. And so when that happens, coupled with investor impatience and interest rates are going to be on the rise relatively soon, the Fed is starting to taper their bond purchases. All that means is basically investors becoming impatient. They're saying, oh, this is a loss-making company. They're not going to make money for a couple of years now. The Fed is going to raise interest rates. They're going to taper their bond purchases. And that's what happens. And a stock like this gets absolutely destroyed, especially since it's a small cap stock. Big hedgies on Wall Street, they're not thinking about buying these shares up, right? It's a it's a very small company by all standards, right? And you look at something like Apple, over a 2 trillion market cap, that's where the hedgies are putting their money, right? It's already a profit-making company. It's expected to post pretty good profits in the long run. And so they're not going to mess around with speculative investments. Finally, the last thing I will say is that there's something called tax loss harvesting. So basically, if you're down on a stock like HYLN, and chances are if you've bought it within the past year, you are down on HYLN pretty big. Same with Clover Health, same with other SPAC plays. Investors, generally small-time investors, can do something known as tax loss harvesting, where they sell the stock when it's down and basically write that off against their income. So it's kind of like a tax loss, but it reduces their income so they don't have to pay as many taxes. So that's one scenario that happens obviously before the end of December, before the new year, that people try to harvest some of their taxes by selling at a loss, writing that against their income, and basically buying back HYLN stock at a cheaper price. They could be buying back HYLN at $5 a share, depending on where it goes, right? I think you have to wait about 30 days before you can repurchase a stock. Anyways, those are all the reasons why the stock is down. It's not necessarily being priced like it's going to fail, like this company is going to go bankrupt. But I wouldn't be surprised if this negative pressure continues and we see another, dollar taken off its price from here going into the new year. But I expect they're sort of going to be a turnaround play in the year where investors start gaining confidence into HYLN, and also they're supposed to be delivering their trucks mid 2022. So if they all deliver that, they start getting revenue and being closer to zero on the net income profile. That's when I think that HYLN will potentially start showing some promising signs in terms of its stock price. And I also do believe that 2022 will be the year for small cap stocks. So yeah, that's what basically HYLN is: electrified powertrain solutions for the global commercial transport market. Basically, they produce electrified powertrain systems that can augment or fully replace traditional diesel or natural gas fueled powertrains. Its systems are designed to improve performance and lower total cost of ownership while leveraging the existing alternative fuel infrastructure. So what you have to understand is that this is a solution for right now. You might think, okay, well, they're competitive to Tesla, but their unique competitive advantage is that they can use existing fleets and basically harness the power of existing trucks. You know, you throw on a Hypertruck or a hybrid EX powertrain on an existing Class 8 semi-truck, and you can pretty much go off to the races, and it costs less than a Tesla semi, and you can basically just retrofit an existing semi-truck. The other solution is a Hypertruck ERX, which is the fully electric version, so we'll explore both. So this is the Hypertruck ERX. They're pursuing their vision for a net carbon negative commercial transportation, and that's ambitious, real, and achievable through our technology. So they go on and talk about reducing cost of ownership, et cetera, how it works, 2 generators, 3 battery power e-motor. I really like the CEO of this company, Thomas Healy. He's an engineer. He was a motorsports racer as well, I believe. They have electric efficiency, et cetera, and also they have one of the fastest recharging times and a better performance than existing fully diesel trucks in terms of its range, payload capacity, and again, efficiency and recharging time. Hybrid EX solution right here, designed for Class A, again, vehicles, can provide fuel savings or performance improvements via HYLN's battery-powered electric hybrid powertrain, which includes built-in auxiliary power unit, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, pretty cool stuff. I've read over it. I just don't fully understand it. But basically what it does is also it uses energy when you're going uphill, but it also recharges when you're going downhill for overall cost efficiency savings. And it has a proprietary software algorithms that utilize the energy to improve vehicle performance without any driver input needed, which is really, really cool. On top of that, they also offers battery solutions. They offer battery packs and BMS solutions, and they're also selling those and it's part of like their proprietary technology that allows their battery packs to be safe, not as like fuel combustible, and able to charge them. On top of that, let's take a look at their financials. Of course, they're a loss-making company. They ended the third quarter of 2021. This is their most recent Q3 results with over 588 million, so about 600 million in cash. So again, they're loss-making, but you have to understand that these losses are going to be sort of like subsided by the fact that they have so much cash on hand to be able to administer their operations and basically build out their Hypertruck ERX for marketing, etc. So they have a lot of cash on hand, and I mean that's really, really good to see. And of course, they are losing money, and supply chain shortages and long lead times for components coupled with the required development, testing, and validation are also impacting the commercialization timeline. So that's also not good, and that's also partly why the stock price is down. The net loss per share was 15 cents. Net loss, I believe this is in thousands, so this net loss was 26 million for the quarter. Again, not good, but like, I mean, what can you expect, right? You can't really tell where this company is going. And I mean, in the short run, sure, they're losing money, but I think in the long run, this company, again, like I said, will be a winner. And I mean, if you're looking at rock bottom prices, this stock is the lowest it's ever been. So consider buying on the dip. And we have some more things to go through. Like I said, just over a $1 billion company. 1 year target estimate is $7.30, which is $1.50 upside from the current prices of $6, And if you're looking at the chart, looking at the technical analysis, by the way, you can't see the RSI, but the RSI is 27, which is clearly oversold by any stretch of the imagination. And this is the 1 year chart. I'm just zooming in on the 1 year chart where we are right here. We're looking at the Bollinger Bands, which are 2 standard deviations above and below the 21-day moving average. And we see this downward trending channel. Like I said, it has not been a good past couple of weeks for SPAC plays, for small caps, especially not in the EV sector, or even like the SPAC sector in general. So what I want to see is a couple of candles kind of flatlining, because what you don't want to do is buy not even when the red bar is below the lower Bollinger Band. So this is the lower Bollinger Band here in green. Generally, I like to buy a company right here. So this would be a perfect example. It was $6.90. If you're looking just specifically for a swing play, you could have bought this company at $6.90 and then honestly rode it all the way up to the upper Bollinger Band at $8.81, right? Just because this Bollinger Band is almost all surpassed, or you could have waited until this green candle, because even this green candle is like basically fully outside the lower Bollinger Band. And this red candle is kind of almost all fully outside the lower Bollinger Band. So you could have bought here. And then, I mean, look, if you just rode the wave up, you could have sold at $9, and that's like a 30% or, well, 25 to 20% increase in the stock price in just like 1 or 2 weeks. So that's what you could have done. And then you could have sold and then bought back in. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even buy back in here, because this shows that this is potentially not even the reversal of the trend. I'd wait for a couple of days where the stock price is constant, maybe starts to even curl up a bit before buying in. But I mean, if you're a long-term investor, I think $6 a share is a ridiculously attractive price for a company like HYLN. But you could also wait until one of the candles goes below the lower Bollinger Band and then buy in, and similar to this idea right here, and just ride the wave up if you're a swing trader. Again, for long-term investors, we like to see that they're hopefully the average estimate is 18.6 million in terms of its revenue based off of 5 analysts for 2022, so next year, which would represent a 3,000% increase in revenue, which, I mean, it doesn't mean a lot. Like, this 3,000 is nothing, because like the current year estimate is like 590,000 in terms of its revenue. But I mean, it would be a significant increase if they were actually starting to ramp out their Hypertruck ERX as well as their hybrid EX solutions, and basically deliver finally on their trucks. I mean, look at these are other SPACs. Lordstown was a $10 stock. Now it's $4. Workhorse, $5. That used to also be, it was a SPAC play. It used to be $10. Fisker, like, they're just getting absolutely destroyed. Solo, down 6%. So I mean, like, all of these companies are not doing well. One also exciting news is if you go to their YouTube channel, a couple of people have been riding their Hypertruck ERX. They're like on a roadshow right now, and look at what this driver has to say.
It was amazing. It was wonderful. It was very, extremely quiet, very smooth, very comfortable, very usable vehicle. So I think it's an honor, to be able to say that, I was one of the first drivers, especially at Wegmans, to be able to take this new technology out and give it a spin.
So again, something that I like to see. This is from the HYLN YouTube channel, by the way. And Wegmans is one of the companies that's partnering with the Hypertruck Innovation Council to basically promote and buy their products. So I think if you're a smart investor, if you're a savvy investor, you have massive kahunas, if you know what I mean. Buy the dip, short the VIX, and let's see how it plays out. So thank you so much for watching this video. Check out the links down below in the description to my Patreon, to my Discord. That's totally free, as well as give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more content like this. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and peace. Love you all.